In today's video, I'm going to be mowing the lawn and I'm going to be putting some iron on the lawn.
Oi! What are you doing?
And I'll put a bit of extra seaweed on the lawn. And I'm going to put some emerald green on the lawn, filling in holes. And I'm going to be testing out a little something extra. Let's get cracking. So as you can see, we're currently at 7 PM and the grass is not looking too bad still. It is just starting to lose the edge of green. It's been a few weeks. It's just starting to lose its edge, so it's time to get some more products on, which is what we're going to be doing in today's video. That is why we've got these products and that sprayer and that little boom thing there. We're going to put these products on. Let's start with a mow. So before we put any products onto the lawn, we've got this hole here. Okay, this is where the dog dug when she was a puppy. She's no longer digging at the moment. So all I'm going to do is put some topsoil in, firm it down and leave it. And this grass is going to creep and cover it over soon. So you put a bit in and you just firm it down. Do it in layers. Stones, get rid of them. Just keep firming it down. And you want it roughly level with the existing soil. It's still got a bit of a dip here. We keep leveling it off. And firming down. Now I could quite easily put some seed on this, but I'm not going to. Although I may change my mind in a few days, I may just chuck some on, but for now I'm going to try and just leave it. I don't want it getting disturbed, but the idea is that these grasses will creep over the next few weeks and months and it will fill in. Now make sure none of the surrounding grass is smothered with a big lump of soil on, because that grass that's under there cannot see the sun and it is going to die back. If you get any on, just waft it about so the grass is now facing up. Right, so we're using this Flow Zone backpack sprayer. I've not been using it much because I lost the charges to the battery and I couldn't find it. I ended up getting a new one, so we're all good to go now. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to put some emerald green on first, and I'm actually going to chuck some pure nitrogen just to try and take off a bit of that where it's starting to yellow, it's starting to get a bit hungry, because liquid feeds don't last as long as normal feeds. And thinking about it, it's been about 3 weeks really, so it is starting to just edge off a little bit. Now I know my lawn is 70 square meters. The pure nitrogen, the 4500, and I'll link, there's some on Amazon, I'll link to that. Basically it goes on at about 4 grams a square metre, so I want about 280 grams. I use about 4 litres of water for my lawn with this, but I'm going to double up. I'm going to put about 6 or 8 in, and I'm just going to walk up and down until it's all been used. So I've got a nice even coverage across the lawn, but I'm putting it on many times, not just once up and down, and then we've got a good even coverage. This time of the year when it's really hot, you've got to be careful and you've got to think about these things. So water in first. Now someone asked me that about these Flow Zone sprayers, and indeed any battery sprayer, if it leaves like about 2 litres in the bottom. Well, this one hasn't. I would say there was about 5mm in here, and that's because when I last used it I actually just finished at the end of the lawn. I didn't wait to fully run out. But yeah, there's a little bit in there, but it's not much. You can always tip that out and give it a rinse out. Anyway, let's get about 4, 6, 8 litres in. Now, before we put the iron on, like I say, I'm going to put that on last, because you apply this to moist grass. And it doesn't need watering in, you just apply it to moist grass. So it will be moist after we put the other things on. So that's the emerald green, what's going on. I want about 280ml on mine, which is about half a bottle. And I'm just going to eyeball it. You don't have to be super accurate with emerald green. But while I'm here also, I'm going to put a bit more seaweed on. And this is the multi-mark seaweed. And this is 50ml per litre, 6 litres. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll put quite a bit in. And while I'm here, I'm going to put the pure nitrogen on. So we'll give this a shake. I usually shake until I've counted to about 100. Okay, so we've got this boom arm, and it's got a nozzle there and it's got a nozzle there. It's handy for covering larger lawns, larger areas faster. So more's going to be coming out, but you can cover your area really fast. I don't want to use it with the iron because I need to be more accurate with the iron near the edges, because iron will actually stain your paths and any hard surfaces. So what I tend to do is when I'm spraying the iron, I tend to turn my hand to the left or to the right, and the angle, what's coming out of here, will alter like that, until you can make sure this left hand side is down along the edge of the grass. And you probably keep, I don't know, 5 or 6 centimetres away from the edge. You've just got to watch it with your eyes and make sure you're not going onto the hard surfaces. If you do by accident, wash it off straight away, because it will stain, a very rust coloured stain, and it's hard to get off. There are ways of getting it off. Anyway, so we've got this boom sprayer here, and it's just ever so simple. Pull that down, pull that off all over yourself, and do the same with the new one, and that's it. That doesn't look right, because that's not right, is it? Oh, Sean. Right, so it's here at the end. Take that little nozzle off, put it down carefully, and attach the new one. Pull that down, insert, and it's in. So as you walk, that's how it's going to be spraying across. Now you want to set your nozzles up. Basically, you've got a flat edge. You see your nozzles, you've got a flat edge and you've got a groove there. Okay, you want that like that, left to right, with the groove on the edge. If you can't turn it, just undo that a little bit. That will turn, and then you can retighten things up. Or you just hold it in your fingers So now we're set up with both of these flat. Should be good to go. So you'll walk along like so. Make sure you can turn them so they're both pointing down as well, and just walk across the lawn like so. And there we go. So let's fire this up. Now these are dead simple to turn on. You've got 1 to 5 on the power, and you can hear it come on. So I'm on maximum there, and we'll literally just walk up and down, make sure we're overlapping. Good even coverage. You can go in multiple directions if you want, and just keep going until you've used all your mixture up. Always make sure you've got the right amount of product. You can go over first with just water and see how many litres it takes. So if you fill this with 10 litres, see how many litres it takes you to walk across the lawn. And then you know, for example, if it's 6 litres, you put 6 litres of water in and the amount of product which is right for your size lawn. Right, now we're going to put the iron on, and we've got this Pro-Kleen liquid iron tonic. So with this, for greening up, it's 250ml of this in 5 litres of water. And what you've got to remember is you spray all of your lawn apart from one little square on the very corner, and you leave that square till right at the very end. When you've sprayed your lawn, apart from that last square right on the corner of your lawn, go and stand on that corner, wipe your feet, step off, and then spray that little square. So it's been sprayed. You're not transferring any of this onto the hard surfaces, because this will stain your patios, paths, etc. You have to be careful when applying this. So let's get some water in. Now I've switched back to just a straight one to give me the accuracy. So let's get those about 5 or 6 litres in, and it tells you here that's 10 litres. So with my lawn being 70 square metres, we want about roughly 350-375ml. This is a 250ml, but we've got to be really careful applying this. Really, you want something down so that I don't splash any of this. Do you think I can do it? This will be a lesson if I get it wrong. Right, that's 250ml. I want about 100 more. Just a bit over is fine. So you put a lot more in if you're wanting to blacken the moss, but we haven't got any moss. It's not that time of year for moss, so we are going for a green up. So product is in. We have to mix or agitate said product. Okay, so let's turn it on. Have a little power thing here. That's on setting 5, which is the most powerful. The good thing about these battery backpack sprayers is you don't need to pump. So if you're not particularly strong, this is a particularly easy way to apply products to your lawn. So I'm going to go up and down and spray it on. We need to use all the product up, so we may have to go over a couple of times. But I need to take care around this left hand edge and down this bottom edge as well. So what I'm going to do, instead of when I'm pulling the trigger here, what I'll do when I'm going down that left hand side there, I will turn my hand like that. And what that does is the spray then points down instead of more out there. And then if you just get that bit of a turn on like so, you can watch where it's coming out and make sure it doesn't go onto the hard surface. I'd leave it a few centimetres. Now with iron, you need to overlap the previous line that you've sprayed. It's important because you will see little gaps of normal coloured grass. Let's crack on. It's no problem walking down this side. So I'm walking up to the edge. I know that it could come on, so what you can do, you can sort of come to the side a bit and angle your hand down and walk like so. So I turned my hand to the left then, so it was pointing down. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. And you sort of get a feel as to where and what position to have your hands in, and the sprayer in particular. I can get to there and then tilt it down. I know it's not going onto that hard surface. You see how it's spraying up quite a bit as well? That's possibly because of the power on the pump. So I haven't done that edge there. Another way of doing it is I could literally just step off from there like so, come to this strip, wipe my feet, and then I can walk down and do the last piece. But I need to see how much I've got left. If I haven't got a lot left, then I will just keep it at that. There's still a fair bit in, so I'm going to have to go over a second time. What I'm going to do is focus on the lighter green areas. I'm going to leave this little corner here so I can finish, wipe my feet, step off and spray. So let me do the rest of this. It's starting to run out. It starts to change noise every now and again when it's getting low on liquid. Still leaving that corner there. Let's just see how much we've got left now. I'm looking because I didn't quite put 4 litres in, which I know is what my lawn takes. I think I put about 6 or 7 in. So I've got a little bit of room left for some more, so I'm going to concentrate on the lighter, greener areas. It is running out though, it's getting low. You hear it? Let's just get a bit more down this middle bit. Oh, it's going to run out. It's nearly gone. So we've just got this last bit now, which hasn't been treated. White feet, step off. And that's it. That is it. Right, so there you go. We have transformed this lawn in about 4.5 weeks. The last video that you saw, we actually transformed it and we got it looking really nice. The sun was out, so I was really able to get the stripes to pop and look beautiful. But then I look back and I think actually it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago when we first started putting things on, and some of these products do run out and you need to keep applying them on a regular basis. So that is why we've put some more emerald green on. Plus we're not going to be here for a couple of days, so it's going to help with the watering. It's going to keep a bit of water there and it's going to do it a world of good. So it's going to look all right. And that's it. That's it. So stay there. Stay there. There's going to be an update to this lawn, which I'm going to film in a couple of days, but you'll see it now. Right, it is now 2 days later since we did what we did. Yesterday, didn't do anything, but yesterday we went away. We went to Liverpool. We went to go and watch a Pink concert. It was a birthday present for my wife. It's not really my sort of thing, but do you know what? It was incredible. It was really amazing, and she put on a great performance. And at the end, she'd got these big hoist things and tied around her waist, and she's like flying around the stadium on these things, getting close to people. Pretty impressive. Anyway, that besides, here is the lawn. This is 2 days now, so it had water a day and 3/4 ago. It was the evening of 2 days ago, and we put the iron on and we put some nitrogen in as well, 4500 this one, and I do think it looks a bit greener. So I'm going to give it a mow. So we'll give it a mow, then we're going to have a look, and then we'll talk to you after that, because we can move on from that. Right, let me crack on. Right, I don't think that's looking too bad now. The iron has definitely kicked in. It's definitely looking greener, I think. It's a nice darker green than it was a few days ago. So it's really important that you water when you are putting high nitrogen or any sort of nitrogen on. You've got to keep up with watering. There's a chance you can burn your lawn, and it's more important when we're in a heat wave like this. I want to just show you a couple of things here. Now the first sign is actually a lawn can turn a bit of a grey colour. As you can see here, slightly different colour. Now a lawn can look grey, and this happened to me a couple of weeks ago. A customer says my lawn's looking grey. I said it's lacking in water. And I also want to show you this. I can start to see around the tree, because obviously they've got the roots in the ground, it's starting to dry out. I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but it is more browner here than it is in a different area, and so the roots are taking the moisture out of the ground. So we're going to have to get plenty of water on this and focus more on these areas. So thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'm here to help you with your lawn. It's just regular ongoing stuff, regular mowing. The more you mow, the better and thicker it becomes. Water regular 2 or 3 times a week. It's really important just to keep it up. Mow on a higher setting when it's hot, and your lawn will start to improve. So I'm going to give this a really good watering now. It is in the daytime, but it is desperate for a drink. So I'm going to get some water on just to help it through, and then we'll crack on. Have a great day. See you on the next one.